All right, so we're now in episode 3. There are some things that I like about the show, but there are still some things that are rubbing me the wrong way. Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my We Own the City HBO TV series recap. Episode 3 titled Part 3. Despite numerous complaints, Herschel is placed on the gun trace task force. Jensen monitors Gondo's calls. Jenkins brings Suter along on a raid. And guys, I just want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap. I'm going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out. As if you've already seen it, you have been warned. And if you happen to like the video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on social media at JustMyOpinion84. So if this is your first time joining me, I am going to be covering the show. I talked about the first 2 episodes in one video. You can go check that out if you have not seen it yet. But I do like the show as far as them revealing all of the corruption and misconduct and brutality that goes on in the police department and how high it goes up in the ranks. But at the same time, I'm still a bit frustrated with how they are giving us the story through this shattered timeline of it bouncing back and forth. I'm really not a fan of that, because at one time when I'm really invested in a storyline, a plot point, or with certain characters, it transitions to somebody else and it just kind of clocks me out. And they're doing it a lot with Walter Jenkins' character, played by John Bernthal, the Punisher. That's really kind of rubbing me the wrong way. But, you know, it's still, the acting is good. I like the material. It's just I wish they could present it to us in a more cleaner fashion. But it's crazy how things are escalating. We have the supervisor cop right here, Tom Thomas, who is the supervisor for the gun trace task force. But you see that he is in a jumpsuit, he has the handcuffs on, and he is being interrogated by, well, this is his lawyer right here, but by the FBI. I mean, this guy looks, you know, his lawyer just telling him like, hey man, you got to cooperate. You know, at one point in the episode, he was like, look, if you're going to get charged for about 20 to 25 years, but you're going to serve about 13 to 18. That right there alone bothers me. The fact that the lawyer, his defense just knows like, okay, I know it says this on paper, politics, little theatrics here and there. You really don't, it's going to say 20 years, but if you do this and do that, you really only got to serve 13. You know what I'm saying? That just really bothers me. And he don't want to eat it up. He don't want to take responsibility for it. I mean, he knows that he's been effed. I didn't like this guy from the beginning when they saw him in the parking lot, when they knocked over that license plate. But he is getting what he deserves. And I'm not too familiar with this actor, but he is doing a decent enough job, you know, for me to be like, wow, you know, what goes around comes around. So I'm a bit happy right there. But this is kind of where the timeline just starts to jump around. It goes to 2016, 16 months earlier. And we have the same situation right here. He is the supervisor taking up for Herschel, this monster right here. And that just goes to show, guys, I mean, it's funny that I'm seeing this in the show, or we're all seeing this in the show, because we've always say, or at least the circles that I'm a part of online, social media, etc., is that cops do not get punished. They just get transferred. This guy Herschel damn near gets a promotion. He thinks he's in trouble, and they're like, hey, buddy, we have a way to beat the system. You have all these complaints, but we're going to move you over to the gun trace task force. I mean, why are they shaking his hand? This is evil. I mean, look at his face. It's like, we got you, buddy. You know, the blue wall of silence, you know, and they're shaking his hand, and, you know, now he's on the roll in the gun trace task force. And I don't like any of these characters. I think they're all despicable. We got Tom in the front, Herschel, and then we got Gondo in the back. I forgot the other guy's name, but they're all weak. Now, this, and they're trying to get this guy in this car, and they end up getting him later. But these are some of the characters that I do like so far, is the FBI. You know, Jensen is to the left. She's the lady. I don't know the gentleman's name, but I do like them. At least they're trying to serve some type of justice. And so that's nice. You know, I mean, it is a breath of fresh air, you know, with all this corruption and evil going on, that you do have some people that are trying to do the right thing. That may be the case with them. I don't know. Do you guys trust them? But I mean, I know this is, you know, loosely based on a true story. This is actually based on a book. And I may be able to try to find that information. When I was doing a little digging, that is something that I came across in the trivia section on IMDb. Sometimes I do like to go there because they do have great information. But yeah, it says, We Own the City, based on a book by the same name by Justin Fitton, reporter for the Baltimore Sun. And so, I'm just assuming that he reported for the Baltimore Sun, and he wrote the book, and then that's what this is coming from. But I do like them so far. Let's see how they turn out. There's another character that I'm on the fence. I want to see how you guys feel about that as well. But I like the judge right here. He's like, hey, how far up the chain do you think this goes? And they're like, I don't know. Well, hey, if you need anything, whatever you need, I'll be here. So maybe the whole thing is not corrupt. We're just going to see. Now, a couple of slides ago, when they was in the car chasing after or trying to stake out somebody, they were going after this man right here, terrorizing him. They got some tip or lead that he has a gun in the car, and he did not have a gun in the car. And his bitch ass right here, this black dude with his skinny ass, trying to be a bad cop, and Tom over here trying to be the good cop. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I mean, I need to brush up on all my laws and stuff, but this just does not seem right that you can just do this. Like, hey, I'm trying to be nice to you. Why don't we just go over to your house? I mean, did they have a warrant? I mean, they are just obsessed. I mean, I understand that you're trying to do your job and get guns off the street. But to what, you don't need to be going around terrorizing people, taking advantage of people that don't deserve it. So screw them. Now, this is also interesting right here. Wumi Masaku's character is somebody else that I'm somewhat fond of. Her character's name, Nicole Steele. And do y'all feel sorry or believe the police chief right here? Because he's like, look, this is the police department that I inherited. And I can't do nothing about it. It's corrupt from up, down, left, right, in, and out the way I start out my videos. And then the mayor that hired me is leaving in a couple of months. And he's like, I don't know who I can trust. I don't know who's reliable. And then every time somebody does something wrong, if I try to punish them, they're going to be transferring out in 6 months anyway. So this dude here is I don't know. I'm not just trying to sympathize with all policemen and all that. But he does seem like he's in a pickle. And this is one story of the show that I am, really into. I don't know, because it just seems like, Jessica, she's trying to, or not Jessica, excuse me, Nicole Steele right here is trying to do the right thing. But, and so is this cop, but the police chief, but they just don't have the tools to do so, And here's Gondo right here, and they're terrorizing this innocent family, those cute little baby girls. And this is where the crap hits the fan. Your boy Tom is caught stealing. Now, I wonder if they're going to show us a scene where he's caught red-handed. But, he goes up there and, I can't remember who the other cop exactly who it was. But, hey, is there anything else up here? And he almost got caught. He's like, no, he putting the money in there. And we find out later on that he's the one that stole the $10,000. He's trying to plead his case to the FBI talking about, well, hey, yeah, I may have took a little money here and there, but I still do my job. I've gotten drugs off the streets and guns. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not being paid a lot. Well, you got you boys, you got him killed because he owed that $10,000 to a supplier. And because of your greed and evilness, that's not even a word, but because of your greed and stupidity, you got somebody killed. And this lawyer couldn't say shit. And I really do not like this black guy right here to the left. I really don't. They're trying to order a chicken sandwich or something like that, talking about big booty and titties and stuff. But here we go, Jensen again. I do like her. She's being relieved, but now we got your boy Wayne Jenkins, and they jumping around to 2004, 2007, and all that. He got a bust, and, Jenkins is really insecure. I mean, he can't stand nobody talking to him, and we'll get to a certain type of way, and we'll get to the scene to where he beat the hair out of somebody else. But this dude right here, I mean, Jenkins just talks too much. He has to bump his gums. He don't know how to just sit down and shut his mouth. Even though this guy right here is kind of messing with him, still, I just don't like Jenkins. I really hope that we can see him get his ass whooped by the end of this limited series. But his character is just despicable to me. But, his sergeant comes in and helps him to the front, and he checks in. He got to go help his wife with the contractor, and all that stuff. And what's up with your boy Mustache, too? That's a thick-ass mustache. But here's where Jensen was relieved. And also, this guy right here, he was a plainclothes cop as well, talking to Mr. Suits over here. Sean Suiter, played by Jamie Hector. Do y'all like him? Do y'all like Suits, the guy playing Jamie Hector? Let me know. That's the character that I was going to bring up in a second, that I was saying that I'm on the fence as far as if I like him or not. I don't know. You guys tell me, but what is this guy's real name? Let me see if I can find it for you right here. Mr. Jamie Hector as Sean Suture. I don't know if I've seen him in anything else before. But you know, he was in All Eyes on Me. Matula, what was he? He was also in The Wire, Max Payne, and Bosch, Jerry Egger. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think about, you know, Jamie Hector. He was, that plays Sam Suter. He was on, Sean Suter, excuse me. He was on the fence for me this episode. I haven't necessarily decided if I like him or not. You know, but he's talking to this guy right here. They're just saying, like, I don't like the stuff that we did. We knocking people over the heads for no damn reason, and they don't deserve this. You know, they deserve justice. So, I don't know, Suits. You're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. Because I didn't like the way you was talking. Well, I mean, you was trying to find a murder. I don't know. I'm just on the fence right now. So y'all let me know what you think. But we got this good cop over here, this good Samaritan. I don't know, man. This dude seemed a little moist to me. Just, yeah, I want to do a great job. You know, it just seems weird. But, I mean, at least he's he could be a cool brother. At least he's trying to do his job, you know. I like how they're putting sprinkles in here. Just like, look, every cop is not bad. You know, there's levels to this. You know, there's, you know, green, yellow, orange, red, all that. You know, and apparently this guy right here is a good one. You know, he don't mind doing the paperwork and driving the shells downtown to make sure that everybody has a thorough investigation and has the tools and resources they need to get the job done. And that's commendable. That's commendable right there. And, you know, this scene right here really didn't do much for me. This is just Nicole Steele in here trying to get to know the community. She ends up talking to this brother right here, and they're just talking about more of the corruption. I like the line he said, and we got Jill Scott in the building. What's up, my sister? But he was just like, look, you can't, you know, clean the floor with dirty water. And she was like, hey, we still got to do what we got to do because you can still put out a fire with dirty water. And he was like, well, not this fire, this city. And that just shows how corrupt Baltimore is, you know. And look, we got more Walter Jenkins. This dude is a straight terrorist. A straight terrorist. Like, I don't mind saying this. If those black men were armed, they should have, after he got up off of him beating ass, they should have just pulled out their gun and just shot him to death. You can't do that. They are chilling, minding their own goddamn business on their stoop, on their stairs that they own. And you just want to come around there and punch them in the face. They don't have to go inside. They're on their property, chilling. I mean, and I'm finna say the same thing, and you just gonna go over. I was just like, you need to shoot this cop. Like, that is just, you can't just do that, man. That's just evil. That's police brutality. That's evil. And this Jenkins, we deserve justice. Jenkins deserves to be punished. I mean, that's self-defense anyway. You can't just go up to somebody and just start beating the shit out of them, and they're just supposed to take it. Man, what's worse is what happens next. Because I was like, wow, this is too good to be true. You got these two white cops, Mr. Mustache, actually holding this man accountable. I was like, wow, okay, he is really finna get in trouble here. This is where the rap sheet starts to stack up because of all of his shenanigans, and that's what ended up leading him in prison. But no, they fooled me. They pulling a fast one. Talking about, oh, ho, come on, you sloppy. It's all about the paperwork, man. It's all about the paperwork. Won't you rewrite this? Come on, you got. He holding up the paper talking about, look, the person that's reading this, they have to know that you was in fear for your life. And we've been saying this all the time. The cops, I was in fear for my life. I was scared. The black person blinked at me one too many times. I had to pull out my gun and blow his face off. That is disgusting, but it's real life. It's real life. These people are evil, man. They don't deserve to be here no more. Gondo dumbass is getting caught on the wire, and the cop comes up, the FBI agent comes through and like, oh my God, we got him. And here goes your boy Wayne. He's super insecure, don't got no money, having to go to his stash. He getting picked on. He just trying to fit in. Wayne is whack. Look at him, punk ass. I don't like him. I don't like Herschel either. It's just a bunch of assholes. They real good at that. You know, he don't even got no money to go to the strip club. You know, probably thinking that the stripper likes him. Type of dude. Bro, she just wants your money, $200 bottle, plus you got to tip me. She at least got another $100 out of you at the least. I don't know. I haven't been to a strip club in Damn. How long has it been? Probably 10 years. Maybe longer. I'll say about 10 years. Yeah, I said, but y'all don't care about that. But I wish he would have drugged him and took all of his money. Now, this is kind of where I was just kind of saying to myself, I don't know. Mr. Suits here is on the fence for me. He harassing her. But at the same time, he's trying to solve a murder. I mean, it was a black person murder. He's trying to do his job. But I don't know. I mean, for her, it's still, she could have just played dumb. Like, she don't have, I mean, I'm on it. Let me just stop. I mean, somebody murdered somebody, you know. Somebody murdered somebody. So justice needs to be served. So I guess I'm tripping on that right there, you know. But yeah, this is where, you know, the FBI Jensen and the other FBI agent, they go to the brother's house. They're just trying to be on the side and, you know, find out about the robbery, and they end up solving the murder or got the suspect. And that's, you know, that's cool. This gentleman to the right, he just seems odd to me. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, you know, and I liked her. I mean, she did what she had to do as well. Old head, you got to respect your elders and all that good stuff. You know, people just don't want to tell, you know. Now, going back to Jenkins' story, because this thing is all over the place. I can't lie. When they raided this place right here, I like red shirt right here, how he was standing his ground. But I still find it disgusting that you just go in here and you terrorize this man and just destroy all of his stuff. That is just so unnecessary to me. I mean, I just don't care. I don't know where he got his warrant from, but I just don't think that's right, man. I just don't. I mean, you're rolling in here all self-righteous, like we're trying to do the right thing, but you're stealing from people. And Jensen was like, I like him. The Suits right here. I said Jenkins, excuse me. Suits right here talking about, look, I don't want to take the money. And I don't blame him. I mean, he knows that this can come back and bite him in the ass. It can. And I really don't blame him. You know, he don't want to be in jail. And we see where Jenkins ends up. He's in jail. And so we know how this ends at the car. And, you know, they have him interrogate him right now, just trying to figure out what's going on, because this is the supervisor over the GTTF. Yeah, Tom, you're going down, buddy. That's when he tried to charge him up, talking, I'm still getting guns off the street and all that. Yep, and the boy ended up shot dead. But yeah, this is the end of the episode right here. And what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Sean Suiter is going to take the money? Do you think so? I mean, Wayne Jenkins tried to, you know, make a good case. Like, look, we almost could have died today. This is not what I get paid for on a 2-week basis. It's not worth it. I understand, man, but at the same time, you are a hypocrite. You're an asshole. You're beating up people for no damn reason. You're a monster. Suits, don't go to the dark side, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And y'all, one of the things I mean, look, I like the real life encounters that they're showing with Jenkins and Herschel and the police brutality. I like that. I like the scene with Wumi Mosaku's character, Nicole Steele, and the police chief, and her trying to figure out what's going on. And just the fact that they're showcasing that, again, cops don't get punished, they get transferred or promoted or go on 2-week paid vacations or suspensions, but it's still paid. I love how they're bringing all that to the forefront of this show, but I hate the way that they're telling it with this timeline. I mean, I would rather them spend one episode on 1 or 2 storylines and then the next episode focus on another 2 storylines instead of one episode bouncing around to 4 or 5 different people. That's just kind of like all over the place for me, and I really don't like that. I think they could do a better job, but I mean, the show is already shot right here. But it's not a horrible show. It's just not my favorite, to be honest with you. But that is We Own the City Part 3. And of course, I will come back and do Part 4 next week with you guys. But before we head out of here, guys, I just want you to head over to my channel. Well, you're on my channel right now. Moon Knight, I had a Mother's Day kickback yesterday. Young Justice episode 21, The Staircase, Doctor Strange, and Atlanta are things that I am covering on my channel. So just help me out, helping me reach my next milestone of 40,000 subscribers. But guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.